The father opens by framing himself as the one who took control when things were messy, but that framing quietly doubles as a defensive shield. He emphasizes that he never asked for child support earlier, trying to build moral credit before the court even looks at numbers. That's not accidental, it's strategy.
And in that, I never claimed any child support from Deja whatsoever. Second being that due to that, we both agreed upon the fact that we would keep the child support at $500. I understand in the order that after 3 years, it can be looked at again and adjusted based on over time. However, between us, right, obviously that doesn't matter because it's not court ordered, but between us, we had agreed on the $500 and that was just it. And then that being said is that I've been adjusted to this $500 for years now, to the point where now increasing it to $1,325 would make too much of a difference in terms of like, and I guess for my income to actually support my life that we have and the life I try to provide my children. Outside of the child support, I provide money for school materials. I cut my son's hair. I give them all the clothes they need. She went on a cruise in November, I believe.
Okay, you're really going.
Yes.
Don't go into facts yet. Just go ahead and tell the court why you want what you want, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I apologize, Your Honor.
Mr. Pintado Roman, just to clarify, the issue you have is the child support calculation in this order.
The child support calculation, and that there's other children that she has that would be being taken care of with that money as well.
Okay, but in the order, it specifically has a child support obligation listed, and you have an issue with that.
The amount, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Where do you work?
I currently work on Fort Hood, Texas.
For the United States military?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how much do you get paid per month?
Gross, approximately $6,300, and then go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I said gross, approximately $6,300, and then I guess off your net calculation, $5,300 a month.
Sorry, $6,532.80 is
okay.
What we have.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that total BAH plus base pay, or is that just base pay?
That's base pay, BAH and BAS, sir.
And what, BAH and what else?
BAS.
All right, I'll have them take out the BAS in a moment, but yeah, I don't look at rats. Okay, go ahead. You may proceed.
Do you have any other sources of income?
No, ma'am.
What health insurance are the children covered under?
TRICARE, ma'am.
How much does it cost you?
Zero.
Just to cover the children is zero. Okay. How much or what dental insurance are the children covered under?
TRICARE as well, ma'am.
How much does that cost?
Approximately $32 a month.
Is it $30.47?
I said approximately, yes, ma'am.
What does travel to see the children cost you?
On average, it just depends on the week, but approximately $150, $200 a month.
How much are your bills?
Let me see. I mean, I don't have that exactly off the top of my head. I have a budget sheet. Do you want every individual item or just an approximate?
Okay, let me rephrase the question. So guideline child support, as we calculated it, was $1,325 for 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
How will that cause you financial burden?
So BH for my rank is approximately $1,900. I have a mortgage of $1,700 currently. Then electricity, water, right, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff to provide them everything I can. Let me see my car payment. We have one car that we pay on. Gas, groceries, our actual like individual debt. So my credit card, my loans.
All right, I'm sorry, real quick. So you said we. Who's we?
Oh, I'm sorry. My wife and I, we have a mortgage.
Okay, then. And I'll let the state complete. Go ahead. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure there's someone, another adult in the household. Thank you. May proceed.
That
Go ahead. Sorry.
yes, Your Honor. And obviously the child support that I pay now. All that totaling up to approximately $6,000 a month on just bills alone.
I'll pass a witness, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Is your current how long has your current wife been married?
For 6 months, sir. We've been together for 2 years.
Okay. And what she do for a living, sir?
She goes to school and she's a part-time pharmacy tech.
All right, I cannot look at her salary for the purposes of child support, sir. I can look at it for the purposes of resources. So, as a part-time pharmacy tech, what is her take home?
Monthly, I would put it anywhere from between 800 to 1,000, depending on how many hours she works. We try to let her focus on school.
The introduction of "we" becomes a turning point. The moment he mentions shared expenses with a new wife, the judge zeroes in instantly. That's not curiosity, that's recalibration. A second adult in the household changes the financial picture, even if her income isn't directly counted.
And how long has she got to go in school?
She has about 1 more year before she graduates with her chemistry degree.
And she's smarter than I am, so well, I hated chemistry. All right. And is she former military?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, any other questions to this witness, Ms. Bexler?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. And I'll go ahead and, sir, we'll be back in just a moment. Call your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I call Ms. Rosario. Ms. Rosario, what is your name?
Deja Rosario.
Are you in agreement with the child support review order that you signed?
The 1325.
Especially, I think she was asking you
Yes.
a question. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes, I am.
I just wanted to make sure, Your Honor. Yes, that's it. Yes. Do you have any other concerns?
Such as,
I mean, is there any other issue or things that need to be corrected in that order? In your
in regards to financials, no. Unless there is something that we can do when it comes to claiming the kids on taxes.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Right now, I did not look at the either the Tennessee order in detail or the prior court order in detail. Did either of those award? Well, they're not supposed to, but did they award some type of tax benefit to one of you?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. You kind of broke up.
Okay. First off, who's claim? Right now, you're saying you wanted to just do something about the tax deduction for the kids.
Yes, sir.
All right, who now has that?
So in the original order, it was supposed to be, I believe myself was supposed to be even years and himself odd years. For the past 3 years, he has claimed Oscar and I claim Eviani. So with the child support that he's currently paying now with the $500, he also gets $2,200 back when he claims Oscar for those years.
Okay, I gotta look at that again, that's there, ma'am, because technically state orders are not binding on the IRS. All right, and that could definitely be problematic. But anyway, I'll go back and look at both those orders in detail. But I'll go ahead and let the state ask the next question. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But just for expediency, Your Honor, there's nothing about taxes in this CSRO.
Oh yeah, I know that. So,
Okay.
Because
All
again, the
right.
IRS doesn't look at that, they don't look at that at all. Okay, they look at actually who has custody, so that's that. So yeah,
Yes, Your Honor.
whoever
Okay.
had the child for the for exactly 6 months and 1 day, they get the deduction under federal tax law. So yeah, technically. So yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, okay. Any other witnesses to this time, Ms. Bexler?
No, Your Honor.
All right, first off, Mr. Rosario, where do you live, or what city?
Holland, Texas, sir.
All right, and Mr. Bernardo, where do you live, sir?
Belton, Texas, sir.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Patel, how often do you usually get your kids for visitation?
Usually every other weekend, summer, spring, and then as much as possible, honestly.
Okay. And right now, you say, ma'am, you and the kids live in Holland,
Yes, sir.
and they go to school. I go through Holland all the time, but I've never noticed where the schools are. Are they going to school in Holland this time, ma'am?
Yes, sir. They go to Holland ISD.
Okay. All right then. All right then. Any other questions about the witness, sir, ma'am, Ms. Webster?
No, Your Honor.
See what I'm gonna go ahead and do, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and let the state make a closing statement. I'm gonna make y'all let y'all make a closing statement. But what I'm gonna have to do on this one is I'm gonna have to take this one under advisement. I need again. I just gave the Tennessee order a quick perusal. I just gave the original court order on this one a quick perusal. I need to go back and read all those in detail before I can make a fair and equitable decision as far as child support going forward is concerned. So I want to take this one under advisement. But while I take this under advisement, I'm gonna let you both tell the court anything finally you think I need to know and what the math is and why you think I should go with the math according to the order. And again, sir, and ma'am, I'll tell you up front, the bottom line is the burden of proof is on the father on this one, all right? Why it should be something different. And I've heard some information that's somewhat compelling, but not not enough to make it a really, really big difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all I'm gonna let the state make a closing statement.
Closing arguments expose the contrast in strategy even more sharply. The state stays clinical, guidelines, income, 2 children, nothing extra. That simplicity is hard to beat because it aligns perfectly with how courts operate.
And I'm gonna let both of y'all make a closing statement, and then if I have any final questions of either of you, I'll take care of those after y'all make y'all's final statement. So at this time, Ms. Bexler, make yours, and then I'm gonna go to Ms. Rosario, and then Mr. Matado, I'm gonna let you go ahead and let you close it out because you're the one requesting the difference. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Simply, please confirm the child support review order. It is guideline child support based off of how much he makes and off of 2 children in the case and no other children outside of the case, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Rosario, I think that may just maybe your argument also, but is there anything else you want to add to that argument, ma'am?
Honestly, no. I feel like it's in the best interest of my children to have that money. It would go a long way. They're about to be 10 and 12. You know, as kids get older, things get more expensive. In regards to shoes and clothes being bought, that doesn't stay at my house. They stay at his house. He does not allow the kids to bring anything over to my house that are from his house. School supplies, I have not seen any extra money regarding that, especially not this past year. And if I can make a statement about the cruise, that was a gift from my brother-in-law. We didn't pay for that cruise, but regardless, this money is for the best interest of my children. And that's all I really care about is to make sure that they're taken care of.
And ma'am, you do plan on remaining in the area going forward, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, ma'am, who do you work for right now?
The Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. All right, anything else, ma'am?
That'll be it.
All right, Mr. Patel, anything? Okay, sir. Closing statement, closing argument. Your turn, sir.
Yes, sir. So quite a bit. So to refute that point, sir, when I wasn't about her paying for the cruise, it was simply that when they
Well,
stay through.
don't worry about that. So that
Okay.
didn't happen.
Semantics. All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
everybody gets to go on vacation when they want to. So
yeah.
as long as you pay for it, that's your business. All right.
Yes,
not
sir.
mine.
It was simply the fact that for the summer they stayed with me. My wife and I spent thousands of dollars on a new wardrobe for them for the whole summer. We'd let them take that back with them for Texas. School supplies. My family supplied the school supplies for the year, and she dispersed it amongst
Okay. I'm sorry. Right now, you are in Belton, Texas, right?
Yes.
Okay, because there are other Beltons. Believe me, I'm from here, and I looked that up before. But I just want to make sure but Holland and Belt, there. That's a 20-mile drive at best. So I'm just trying to figure.
I lived in DC for the past 2 years, sir. I just moved back in October.
Right.
And so for the summer they were with me. We bought them whole new wardrobes. They all took it back with them to Texas. School supplies for the year. My family supplied the school supplies. School supplies were dispersed amongst her other 2 school-age children. So the supplies I paid for my children were dispersed amongst other children. I pay for my kids' haircuts. The wardrobe that's upstairs I have for my children, my wife and I had to buy because when she went on her cruise, we weren't supplied with any clothing whatsoever. So I do everything I can possibly for my kids. Any extra money I do have, I pour into my children. Anything and everything. By God, that's everything I do. That being said, is that I'm not opposed to raising the child support. I'm opposed to raising it to the point where it's going to put me in a financial deficit to where I can't survive, right? An extra $500 to $1,325 is a substantial amount, sir. I was willing to compromise, go up to $800, $900 to meet in the middle. And she's adamant that she wants the full amount, which is understandable, right? It's court ordered. But I do everything in my power for my children, sir. And now doing this not only affects my living situation with my wife, but it also affects what I'm able to do for my children, the support and care I'm able to provide for them. They've stated multiple times they wanted to live with me. Currently,
stop. Don't say
sorry. Okay.
Don't say anything to kids.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can't give hearsay for anybody. You can only give testimony about what Ms. Rosario said and what you have said. All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. And that being said, even currently at their school, because I go to their school all the time, they have received multiple letters of missing days. I think they're up to like 30 days.
Okay, again, sir, that's not about child support. That's a custody issue or a visitation issue. Thank you.
All right. Well, yes, sir. Then my closing statement is that right now, like if it goes up to that much, that I want to be able to like 1, survive, and 2, take care of the children the way I want to give them the lifestyle I want to give them as much as possible.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all both very much. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, Ms. Baxter, take this one under advisement. I'm going to reset this one for about a week out.
Sometimes these child support payments are like a second mortgage. And I don't think that's fair because he had the kids previously, according to him, and didn't ask her for anything. And then she agreed to keep it at $500, but then turns around and asks for over twice that, which is what the state orders. But I just think that's a really big hardship on somebody who looks like a working class man. I don't know. What do you guys...
The father's closing reveals his biggest weakness. He's still arguing everything except the one thing that matters. He dives back into spending, wardrobes, school supplies, even attendance issues. The judge shuts those down repeatedly because they belong to custody, not support. That's the core mistake. He's trying to win a different case inside this one. His willingness to compromise to $800 to $900 shows flexibility, but it also weakens his stance. If he can afford more, then the argument against $1,325 becomes less about impossibility and more about preference. The judge's final comment exposes the real conflict, legal guidelines versus perceived fairness. And that's where this case sits. Not on facts, but on whether deviation feels justified.